Hey everyone, I lost sleep, but that's okay because today I made a Zoo Tycoon 2 Boardwalk, which I'm sure has been done before, but I just had the idea, and I think I've had the idea for a while now since I was like a little kid. I just installed this game for free. There's a lovely little post on Reddit that lets you do it, and I'm pretty happy about that. And I wanted to show off my boardwalk because I'm quite proud of it. So we'll do a little tour. It's at 2 stars, but that's because... Okay, listen. This is being judged to zoo standards, which we don't want. We want this being judged by boardwalk standards. Now, I'm a Jersey girl. I am a girl. Just trust me on that. And I know what a boardwalk looks like. I've been to many of them. So I did my best to replicate... ooh, nice beats, little man. There's some animal. Oh, well, why are we looking at that? We're not there yet. So, I know what a boardwalk looks like, and I was especially inspired by Asbury Park, which is where I live. That boardwalk, it's like a second home to me because I'm always going to there to go surfing and shit. So, but we'll go. I guess we'll start from where you walk in. So you got this little arch, the lamppost, the benches, the viewing canopy. This is an educator podium. I don't remember if I hired any educators, but I mean, they'd just be talking to nothing, I'm realizing, because there's no like benches or anything over here. You got some squirters. Oh, they squirting. A little marine statue. I liked these because they reminded me of like at SeaWorld. Fuck SeaWorld, but I do miss it. And I have a lot of nostalgia for SeaWorld. And one thing I did like about the park's design was that they had a lot of statues like this that were made out of like sea pollution and stuff. And I think we need to do more things like that. You got a nice little reef aquarium here. A nice restaurant. I was going to make this boardwalk vegan only. But the only vegan food they have in this game is salad and water. And soda, I guess, but there's nothing else aside from like the desserts, like pretzels and stuff. And even then, pretzels are made with butter, but for the most part, it's margarine, I think. Oh wow, that is some nice face paint. I'm glad they didn't do. I'm not gonna get back into that. So you got all these different foods. We're just gonna assume that these are vegan kebabs and vegan burgers. That's what helps me sleep at night. Is people in this fictional game, these pixels on a screen, eating ethically. Here are all my staff. They are incompetent and I pay them too much. I don't know if I can change their pay, but I would, because they are always bitching about... This woman is looking at the parking lot. I'll give her the benefit of the doubt. Maybe she's just inspecting how many people are coming in. You got a nice little... This doesn't really fit the boardwalk motif, but it does sort of like look like the kind of like paintings and shit that you'd have in Asbury, like the different statues and stuff. I can put up some pictures if you want. More food, some picnic tables, a gift shop with a little... What is that, a bear? Is that a monkey? I think that's a bear. Here's where everyone's getting their beats. I don't know why there's a headphone kiosk in this game. It's really strange, considering that there are other things that like could be added that aren't, but that's okay. Here's another restaurant. I got the nice marine rock music. See, here it is again. They bitch about not being able to reach shit that's like very clear and there, but that's neither here nor there. Ignore the word zoo. I don't know why that's there. I'm not going to clean that up. Has no land to lay eggs. You are... There is land. There's plenty of land. You're just not reaching it. Here. Drag you to the land. Okay. Forget all that. I wanted to make sure I got to that before she died of impaction, which I don't think happens in this game, but that is a very real possibility. That's actually why quince monitor lizards haven't been bred in captivity, allegedly. It's because the females do not lay whenever they're bred, so then they just die of impaction. But that has nothing to do with this game. Actually, it's kind of relevant, but you'll see why later. I wish you could bounce on this trampoline. That'd be pretty cool. I love bouncing on shit. You You got some nice little rides and stuff. It was the closest thing I could get to like the type of amusement park shit that you would see in Actually, I can install a safari on the beach. I might do that to make it look like a lifeguard jeep, like, you know, going crazy. Got a nice little Jaws photo booth, of course. Can I not? You're shitting me, right? I can't. Okay, you can. Just gotta do some parkour. I don't know if that means the guests can't get through it, but oh well. Bro. Let me move this. Alright. Got some nice little decor, some cannons, a seahorse aquarium, some more food, some bathrooms, some more picnic. Here's a nice little pirate mast. Or that's not a mast. There's a mast somewhere. But that's a pirate ship. And this one's kind of weird, but I wanted to go weird. This is a pony ride. But I don't think anyone goes to this pony ride. There is a pony there. You can see their little hoof. Oh, Jesus Christ, that's scary. What the fuck? That's really scary. Peter, the horse is here. Anyway, wants to reproduce. Fuck off, horny bitches. All right, some fountains. There's a bunch of fountains. Wow, this guy is living the life. I'm glad they're enjoying themselves. One thing that I'm gonna get into later is that, like, this is surprisingly effective for what it is. You got a little jellyfish aquarium. The guests are not complaining about the poor visibility, or at least not as much as I thought they would. Here's the sky tower. Can I ride it? No, it doesn't look like it. Why is there a fence here? Get out of here. You shitting me? I can't get rid of that? Whatever. They should be able to get through that. And I have a few of those. And I also have these little islands with binoculars, so that way they can see. But let's move on to the beach segment. As soon as Oh, that was her favorite animal. You didn't see that, though. You did not see that. You did. Oh, I forgot. I hired some entertainers. This guy's just hitting the stanky leg into a completely unoccupied bench. It's lovely. Oh my gosh. Just make over here. So here are the dunes, bruh. You don't want to stand on the dunes. So I got some fencing that's supposed to look like the type of fencing that you would see. There's a little shallow pool here. We're gonna call that like a bit of a tide pool. And if you guys have ever been to a boardwalk, or fucking anywhere really, you know that there's a stray cat problem. And it's true. There is a... Was this an animal that was mauled? No. There's, you know, especially on boardwalks though, there are boardwalk cats because they go under the boardwalk and they eat like rats and stuff that are attracted from all the leaves. Or the leaves, am I stupid? From all the food and stuff that's left around from the restaurants. But since I can't have feral cats, and to be honest, that's boring, I have boardwalk Komodo dragons. This one's name is Francisca, and she gave birth, actually. She laid an egg right here. And give her a little bubble bath. The idea was to have these Komodo dragons clean up after my mess. If there are any vermin. Not that there's any vermin in this game, but that's the concept. And I even put little burrows under the boardwalk to kind of... Excuse me, sorry. To really accentuate that. So I think that's quite epic. And she has a husband. I don't know why I put all these carcasses here. They kind of ruin the vibe of the dunes. But hey man, you don't want to be stepping on the dunes, bro. Sorry, that's some surfer talk. There's this guy, I'm not even gonna get into it. There's this guy that does like this like surfer caricature almost, where he's like, he wears this beanie and he looks ridiculous and he walks up to people with his like raspy ass voice and he's like, the boys are out. I'd stay away from the surf if I were you, brah. The boys are kind of reckless today. A guy almost strangled with the surf leash, brah. And it's like that. Very annoying. Gatekeeping and surfing. But the reason Komodo, you might be thinking, why Komodo dragons? One, because they're my favorite animals, or probably the closest thing to a favorite animal, and two, because they, for whatever reason, are really content with this biome. This is coastal, but they're assigned, I guess, dedicated biome in this game is the scrub, which is nothing like the coastal. But I gave it a shot because Komodo dragons are from only a few islands in Indonesia in the entire world. That's their native range. And they swim from island to island. They're very good swimmers. They might as well be considered a coastal species to an extent. But don't quote me on that. I'm sure there's some biologists that would disagree with me. Because they have much stricter definitions on what is coastal or not. But moving on from the dunes is the ocean, or the beach. I'm an idiot. So here's the beach. As you can see, it's a mix of a couple sands. It's not just the coastal sand. You got the benthic sand, which is this dark shit, and the desert sand, which is this lighter shit. And it was just to give it some visual flair. I felt like the beach was pretty dead, so I felt the need to add a little bit of variety. I also kind of wanted to replicate all that crap that gets washed up. Like, I'm sure you've all seen it when you've been to a beach. There will be like these where the shorelines are. We have 4 Komodos now? Damn. Where the shoreline is, it would be sort of a mix of like kelp and dead crabs and stuff, and it would be like a straight line of it because of the waves. I kind of wanted to recreate that look, but that's not really what happened. Damn, we got some eggs up here. Sheesh. So moving on to our first beach animal, we have some California sea lions, which cannot make this Asbury Park because that's in New Jersey, and California sea lions live on the west coast of the United States and South America. And I think some islands that, oh wow, this keeper, oh wow, they are on the move. You're replenishing the fish. Let's watch this. Let's watch this action. Beautiful. Thank you, keeper. I know I gave you a lot of shit for watching the parking lot, but you did good. You're a good boardwalk maintainer. I got a lot of these just because there are a lot of seals and sea lions in general in the harbor areas and the beach areas a lot of the times. Actually, right here in New Jersey, we got Sandy Hook. There's like a whole seal island almost that I've been meaning to go to. But those are harbor seals, of course, not California sea lions. But like I said, I have a bunch of them. I tried to recreate the jetty, but it's hard to do that in this game without mods because this game is such a pain in the ass with placing things too close to one another. It's like, something is blocking that. So I can't really make a full-on jetty, but this is I think I did a decent job for what it was. Not too shabby. Here's some of the shallow water. I wish you could recreate like waves and stuff. That would be sick. Our next beach inhabiting species is the rockhopper penguin, which is nowhere near New Jersey, but I did want another animal that would like actually come to the beach or at least close to the shore for guests to be able to see. Oh my goodness, forgive me, I had a big breakfast. And that seems to be paying off because my park rating has been going up a lot. I think it went up like 3 times this entire video. Or why am I saying park? My boardwalk, of course. We're gonna swim on over to these penguins up here. Aw, it was pretty cool, like how they, like this guy was here and then this guy was right next to it swimming. I have 3 of them, but in the shallows, even in the shallows, there are dangers amok and some sea life. So we're gonna dive on in and move over to our first, the blacktip reef shark, which is another animal not native to this biome, but for whatever reason they're not complaining. There's like 4 of them now. This one is huge, by the way. Blacktip reef sharks are not this big, or at least it's very rare for them to get anywhere near this big, but a lot of animals in this game are like that, so we're gonna just move on and see what else is around. As you can see, there's a lot of seaweed, which acts as both shelter for smaller creatures. Oh my god, what? What the fuck? Okay. That was, well, that sucked. I didn't want to spoil that. That was like one of the biggest reveals. Well, that sucks. Here's some bottlenose dolphins. I think there's like 4 of them now. Very cute. You can ride them, but I'm not doing that because I'm not using animals for entertainment purposes. I have 100 guests at my boardwalk. Lovely. And I think that's because I made the boardwalk free, which is really funny. The city is what... Damn, we have another baby dolphin. Look at that. The city pays for the boardwalk maintenance, of course. I love these little NPC fish. They really make this game look a lot cooler and the water much more lively. I wanted to add stuff like Arctic cod, but they all get eaten very quickly, especially by all the animals that we have in here. Here's another dolphin. We're gonna slowly move deeper on into the sea, and don't mind the pollution. That's a beach ball from some beachgoers. You know, it's gonna happen. It's inevitable, unfortunately. I'm just kidding. That's for the dolphins. There's another blacktip reef shark. We're gonna move on deeper into the water. As you can see, the pH levels are a little high, but that's nothing I can't press spacebar to fix. I accidentally picked way too small of a freaking map to do all this, but I guess I figured I couldn't really make a boardwalk that big. It's a bit much. But maybe I could have done it. So here we got some green sea turtles. It's very yummy. There's 2 species of sea turtle in this game. There's the greens and the leatherbacks. But leatherbacks live in much different waters than this. They're not a coastal species at all. They will go very far out. And also very far north. I think they're the coldest dwelling reptiles in the world. I think they can go into like Arctic and subarctic areas, which is very cool for a reptile. But yeah, not fitting for my boardwalk, of course. And I'm not really trying to simulate New Jersey, but I didn't want to go too tropical. Hence why you don't really see any reefs or anything. Actually, that's not true. You do see some reefs. Maybe I will add some tropical rocks. Let's try and look at what other animals are here. There's a penguin up there. I wish you could have added like regular ass like pigeons and seagulls and stuff. That would have really made it... That would have been real boardwalk activities, but... Unfortunately, just can't do it. This game doesn't allow it. Oh, some lionfish. Kill them, they're invasive. Heavily invasive in the Mediterranean. Not Mediterranean, am I stupid? I think their native range is the Mediterranean. These are heavily invasive in the Caribbean area and southern Florida. Yeah, they're kind of... Doesn't seem like they're going anywhere anytime soon. But they are a delicacy, so if you're not vegan, eat some spearfished lionfish. Not something that was caught via trawling, because that is very bad. Man-made horrors beyond my comprehension, or some fishing trawler nets. There's another dolphin. Saw a little blowhole animation there. I don't like it that much. I didn't even know that they had that in this game. There are other animals in this ocean, and yet we've made like a whole lap and haven't seen any. Is this another dolphin? I believe this is another dolphin. Nope, this is a false killer whale. An animal that I wanted to show you guys. I wanted to put a regular orca, but I didn't do that for a couple reasons. One, because they're menaces. They will kill basically every animal. They literally like regularly prey and feed on every animal that I put in this zoo. Or in this boardwalk, of course. What are you saying? You put words in my mouth. Don't do that. And while I don't think they would be that bloodthirsty in this game, I didn't want to risk it. And also because they're very big. They would take up a lot of space. They're huge. An adult killer whale can get up to 28 feet long. Very crazy. And I do like false killer whales. I think they're very underrated. I used to run an Instagram account called False Killer Whale Fan Page. If you can find it, then I will tell you all the drama that happened with that account. I made that when I was 12 years old and still a stan for SeaWorld. It's very embarrassing. You know how like a lot of 12-year-olds had like a Tumblr phase? Like a Tumblr chronically online phase? Well, I had a pro captivity, pro SeaWorld chronically online phase. And that account I used for that, which was pretty upsetting to look back on. I might have deleted it. But yeah, so we got the false killer whales. the black-tip reef sharks, the green sea turtles, and oh, there is another one. Now, this was kind of spoiled for you already, but we have a white shark. Not a great white shark. A white shark is the official name of the species. And this is another animal that is not native to this region in this game. They are considered benthic, which is just factually incorrect, because benthic means the sea floor. And white sharks are a coastal species by definition, I'm pretty sure. Don't quote me on that. But they live very close to the water surface. I don't think they've ever dove too deep. Like nothing crazy. They have dove pretty deep in the past, but nothing insane. And they are close to shore because they mainly feed on marine mammals like seals, sea lions, and humans. Bum bum bum. Just kidding. You are more likely to die to a vending machine than to a shark. But statistically, I mean. But it is kind of crazy that they're just okay with this. So that's 3 animals now. There's the Komodo dragons, the black-tip reef sharks, and now this white shark. They're all completely fine with this coastal biome, which they should not be too comfortable with, but they're chilling with it apparently, and I'm not going to complain because it adds a lot of life. This is my only white shark. I didn't want to create more because it is an apex predator, and this isn't a very large area. This much sea life in a single area. Oh, that's really cute. False killer will swim with her baby. As you can see, they all live in relative peace. I don't think there have been any incidences. Ooh. Oh, no, he's eating the fish. Or she's eating the fish. That's a female. No incidents so far. But, replenish the shellfish? Sure, I will replenish the shellfish. I'm sure with mods I can make this look a lot better, but you could say that about any game, can't you? I was very proud of this accomplishment, and I thought that it was a pretty unique and creative idea. I could do the same thing in Planet Zoo, but 1, this game gives me more nostalgia, and 2, Planet Zoo is very complicated in terms of making things. Like, there's so much crap you can do in that game that it genuinely overwhelms me. But maybe I'll do a video on like some of the builds I've made in that game as well. But spoiler alert, they're not good at all. So at least with this game, I can make the excuse that the game has limitations and, you know, there's only so much I can do. Rockhopper Penguin 2 is going to lay an egg. That was this one. I had a feeling. We're going to watch this penguin lay an egg. I'm going to groom you because I'm a groomer. That's right, you heard me. That's a joke. Obviously. Damn, look at that majestic little walk. Look at that technique. Beautiful. I'd take a picture if I wasn't low on computer memory from that fucking Smite montage that I don't think I'm ever going to release. Because fuck that game. We're going to watch this penguin lay an egg, and then I'm going to conclude my Boardwalk tour. I just wanted to show this off. I was quite proud of it, and I guess let me know if you want to see anything more like this. I was very reluctant to upload a lot of videos because, well, 1, there was a block, and 2, some of the content that I want to make, such as that Marvel Rivals video, it has nothing to do with the main incentive of my channel, or the main theme of my channel, the type of... Damn, she just shat that out. Well, she's happy. I'm pretty happy as well. Very nice, very wholesome, very cute. But the thing is, like, I prefer to make videos based on zoology, specifically like marine life, or at least with an emphasis on marine life, and you know, stuff on around those lines, and like animal rights in general, just animals, and making videos like that Marvel Rivals video. I just uploaded it because it was fun and I thought it was enjoyable, and it was a breath of fresh air compared to the editing that I've been doing, such as a Smite montage that was supposed to be a fare thee well to the game after how much it meant to me, but it's like almost done. It's very close to being done. It's like one editing session away from being done. I'm not sure if I'm ever gonna finish it, let alone upload it, because it just pisses me off that much. The game, the community. I've officially quit it for good, I'm pretty sure, but we'll see. And on top of that, I'm also making a documentary about myself and me coming out as trans because, and I guess that's another reason for my hiatus, was that self-discovery journey. And it's going to be a whole short film, like documentary. I even have like a high quality camera and everything. Why are we drinking salt water? Actually, someone explained to me in the comments about marine mammals and how they get their hydration. I know with dolphins and orcas and marine mammals, it has something to do with your piss. I think that's every animal. It is something to do with urination. I think your body has to create equal amounts of salinity in your body to match the amount of salinity that you're ingesting. And if you have the improper balance, that's why salt water dehydrates you. So animals that are able to match that level of salinity are able to drink salt water. But I don't think that's what seals and sea lions do. But I could be very wrong. You ever seen videos of pinnipeds in seals and sea lions in freshwater and like brackish water, like canals? It's very cool. Anyways, I'm gonna stop my rambling. Someone please explain to me how that works, because I'd actually really like to know. I think I have like my half-assed definition of it, but I think it is time to bring this video to a conclusion. I'd like to thank you for watching. If you want to see more Zoo Tycoon content or Planet Zoo content, then I can provide it, because that actually fits the motif of my channel. And with that, I will see you guys in the next one. Please take care. Much love.